Good morning. The January 24th, 2018 meeting of the Board of Investments is now called to order. In the interest of promoting the order and efficiencies of these hearings, persons who are disruptive to the hearings will be asked to leave the hearing room immediately. Meetings of the Board of Investments are open to the public for the duration of the meeting. The hearing room must be vacated at the conclusion of the meeting. Failure to comply may result in a charge of trespassing. Madam Deputy Controller, are there any corrections, additions, or deferrals on the agenda?
Good morning. For today's agenda, we did not receive any additional protests. We did receive a response to the protests for page 60, number 9. That response is from eCube Labs, which is the recommended awardee. That item will remain on the non-routine agenda. Acting in the absence of the Honorable Mayor Pugh will be Mr. Peter Hammond. There are no abstentions for the Honorable Mayor Pugh today. The Honorable President Young will abstain on pages 34 to 35, item numbers 1 and 2, page 35, item numbers 3 and 4, page 36, number 5, and pages 78 to 79, item number 3. In addition, the Honorable President Young will vote no on page 74. The Honorable Comptroller Pratt will abstain on page 74. The Director of Public Works, Mr. Chow, will abstain on page 78, number 1. Mr. President, members of the Board, that is the response received for page 60, number 9, as well as the abstentions and no votes that have been reported thus far. And again, the item that remains on the non-routine agenda is page 60, item number 9. Thank you.
Thank you. I will direct the board members' attention to the memorandum from our office dated January 22nd, 2018, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items, together with any corrections and additions that have been noted by the Deputy Controller. I will entertain a motion to approve all of the items contained on the routine agenda.
Mr. President, I move the board's approval of all the routine matters as revised.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carried. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 60, item 9, Bureau of Procurement, solicitation number B50005128, solar trash compacting stations and companion recycling stations. Will the parties please come forward? Good morning.
Good morning. Aaron Chair Smith, Department of Finance, Bureau of Procurement. Good morning, Madam Comptroller, Council President, honorable members of the board. The Bureau of Procurement disagrees with the statements in the protest submitted by Big Belly and requests that the board deny the protest and award as recommended to eCube Labs. The recommended awardee is here as well to address any concerns that you have. And I would just like to point out that other than the very first point in the protest, all of the other statements are actually not true. All of the documents we requested were included in the bid, and most particularly the CE certification, which was required, was submitted with the bid. I have a copy for you if you'd like to see it. And additionally, I'd like to point out that the recommended awardee, eCube, as this would be their first East Coast presence, does plan to open a facility in Baltimore to assist in the long-term installation and maintenance, as this is a 3-phase project.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for having me here.
Can you slide down?
I'm Rob Kuttner. I represent Big Belly. I'm the Senior Vice President. It's our belief that eCube Labs is an infringing company and product and achieved the lowest bid in this by leveraging Big Belly's years of research and our IP. There is a pending lawsuit that was filed in July of last year. That is a pending lawsuit. More pertinent here is that we believe that this is an inferior product and that the IP that we are suing is very important to the ability for these compactors to perform in Baltimore. We believe there'll be significant energy management, durability, and safety issues that will pop up in an environment like Baltimore. And based on our findings, up to 60% of the locations will not be operational in the city of Baltimore. I approached the board mainly as a consultant and an industry leader here. Big Belly's provided a number of U.S. references. EQ was not able to produce any U.S. references as they do not have a significant presence, and this would be the most significant deployment in their North American operation. We felt this was important as we are U.S.-based and industry leader in this area. I'd love to answer any questions if I could.
So you're saying you're U.S.-based and they're not U.S.-based?
That's correct.
They are based in Boston. However, eCube will open a facility in Baltimore as they don't have an East Coast presence.
This is a South Korean-based company. They produce all of their products and parts in South Korea. We produce everything in Detroit, Michigan. We are a Boston-based company and have been for the last 14 years.
Okay, so they're looking to open up a company in Baltimore?
So they have a West Coast facility, as well as they are opening a facility in Baltimore for their East Coast operations. They are a growing company. Yes, Big Belly may be the industry leader, but there are other technologies coming up, and this would save us $4 million over the life of the three-phase project, which is significant.
All right, and most of the things that are being manufactured will be manufactured in the U.S.?
I don't believe it's a manufacturing facility, but we can ask the vendor to comment on that if you'd like.
I'd like to ask that, for him to answer that
Hi,
question.
my name is Michael Sun. I'm the CFO for eCube Labs. We do manufacture in South Korea. We have a office presence in Los Angeles, and we do work with major metropolitan cities in the U.S. as well. So for this project, for the Seoul project itself, our intention is to open a operations here in Baltimore where we can have full control and full training and technical training and employment as well here in Baltimore.
Okay, so everything will be manufactured in South Korea?
Yes.
Is it possible to manufacture? How big is your operation? How complex is
We
it?
are still growing, and the intention is for the demand to grow for us to start a manufacturing facility here in the U.S. as well.
I would again point out that Big Belly provided three major references. The city of Philadelphia, the city of Atlanta, and the city of New York could provide thousands of others in the U.S. eCube Labs provided references for Ghent, Belgium, and Seoul, South Korea. I don't know if any of those references were actually contacted.
So they were all very positive, and they are also major cities. Ghent is the second largest city in Belgium, and Seoul, as you know, is the capital of Korea.
So how many workers will be employed on this contract?
We are partnering with local partners here with that satisfy the minority as well as the women business. We're partnering up with Green Job Works as well as
Peer consultant.
Peer Consultants.
So we also filled the requirement for the local MBE and WBE, but as I mentioned, we also have a manufacturing facility in Detroit, Michigan, and Boston and Baltimore-based employees that would be affected by the decision of the board here.
I would just like to comment that it was not required that they be manufactured in the United States or that they be a U.S.-based company. That was not required in the solicitation.
Well, I would definitely prefer a U.S.-based manufacturer over having it in some other country.
How soon will you open up an office in Baltimore City?
Within this month.
It is a tight timeline that we've requested that they meet. So.
Any more questions? I entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I would move that the bid protest be rejected as not sound and that the award be made in accordance with procurement's recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Please note Council President as a no vote.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
There have been no more business before this board. We'll recess until bid opening at 12 noon.
Good afternoon. The Board of Ethics is now in session for the receiving and opening of bids. We apologize for the delay. We have 2 openings, however, they are large, so it's taking a little bit longer. There are no addendum for today. TR 12311R, replacement of 3 bridges over Maryland 295, Waterloo Avenue Bridge, Annapolis Road Bridge, and Mazel Street Pedestrian Bridge. Corridor-wide guide sign replacement, Bush Street to city-county line. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Corman Construction, Inc., with a bid bond. $37,259,408.90. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. They were together, but maybe not. I'm sorry. The way they were put together, but no, it's not. This is Quinlan. Same name. Let's look again and see. Am I reading from the wrong page? Yeah, 262. Same page. Okay, well, that's the duplicate, right? Didn't go by this, so as long as it all calculates. It says. Exactly. Thank you. Concrete General, Inc., with a bid bond. $36,362,444.78. They might be giving us, they're giving it different specs back to. Wagman Heavy Civil, Inc., with a bid bond. $35,374,063.60. This is volume 2. And here's your duplicate there. The Lane Construction Corporation with a bid bond. $37,265,885. Okay, this looks like it's volume 2. Find the duplicate. That's your duplicate. Ciambro Corporation with a bid bond. $42,996,315.50.
These will be referred to the Department of Transportation for review.
Okay. Okay. Here we are. B50005154, citywide violation towing services. A bid bond is not required. Looks like these are your duplicates. See it? Yeah, they don't, I don't see. This is an item bid by sectors. Prices will not be read. However, the bids will be available in room 204 after we have the opening, hopefully shortly after 1 o'clock. The Auto Barn, Inc. Oh, so I can put that with it. Thank you. I did see their name. B11, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it was in there. Yes, thank you. Frankfurt Towing, Inc. Mel's Towing and Service Center, Inc. Heads Towing Service, Inc. I'm gonna put this on here. This one belongs with this. Thank you. C&S Towing. Good Luck Towing. Jim Elliott's Towing. This is all theirs. McDowell Enterprises.
Okay. These will be referred to the Bureau of Purchases for review.
There being no further business, we are adjourned. Thank you.